Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we are back with another brand new Guilherme Bilinski Art model, and we finally can complete the original group of The Land Before Time, because as you can see, we've got ourselves Ducky and Petrie here to finally finish them off. I have already reviewed and entered into my collection Littlefoot, Sarah, and Spike, and I now finally have these two. And it's really cool that since they're both so small, Guilherme Bilinski has just kind of included the two of them into one diorama. I also have this little card here, which of course tells you that this is a Guilherme Bilinski art project. Of course it is the Land Before Time collection, Petrie and Ducky, and you can also see that this is number 7 of 50, so again, a pretty darn small limited edition number. But they absolutely look phenomenal, as I expected them to, and as all of them have so far. So without further ado, let's jump to a closer look and check them both out from there. So we will begin with Petrie, and as you can see, our little pterosaur has that kind of worried and nervous look on his face like you always see from Petrie, who is the single most nervous creature on the planet. You can see again the sculpt is absolutely spot on to the way it looks in the film, in the original Land Before Time, and honestly, of course, in all of the sequels as well. But Guilherme Bilinski is just so good at capturing screen accuracy. It almost looks like Petrie was pulled straight out of the animated film. Obviously, we've got kind of like an orangish or yellowish brown there for the beak. You can see the nostrils right there. You can also see the mouth and the fact that it's highlighted with a darker tone. You can also see that the eyes are painted with a white, given a black pupil, and of course a white spot to give us the eye shine. We also have a lighter tone that sort of outlines the eyes, as well as a black that kind of outlines the eyes as well. Again, he's really good at giving them the animated look, and I think that's one of Guilherme's strong points, is just how good of a job he does, not just sculpting, but painting them out to give them that perfect animated look and style. And you can see as we move through the figure, you can pick up on all of that, I would think. And again, like little things like these kind of creases on the back of the neck, and the way that he's painted those out as well to highlight them again with that darker tone. As you move down, you see again the variation of color that you do see on Petrie, with that light gray of the underside, and of course the browns for the back and the wings. And again, you'll see all of the kind of like creases and stuff that you would see again exactly on that animated type of a version for a pterosaur. You can also see a black for the hands, and the hands are also sculpted slightly differently. You can see how the fingers are positioned and everything, and then of course the underside as well. You can see his feet are also a black tone of color. So Petrie is absolutely phenomenal. And then of course we've also got Ducky, and you can see Ducky looks great. Again, being a green, it's probably going to mess with my camera, but when it comes to the way she appears on the film, in the film, she looks absolutely picture perfect. Again, looking just like Petrie, like she was pretty much pulled straight out of the film. You can see Ducky's beak is nicely sculpted, again painted with that lighter tone on the underside. As you move up, you've got the greenish tones up here. You can see the nostrils sculpted out and again highlighted with a darker tone. The eyes have those beautiful bluish tones that you see on Ducky in the film, and again, those really adorable eyes that I remember quite significantly through the course of the movie. Again, Ducky was just such a compassionate dinosaur, and I feel like they portrayed that through her really nice looking eyes as well. You can see we have on top of the white, we've got the blue and then the black pupil, and also again white spot kind of giving us the eye shine look for both eyes. You can even see kind of like the like eyelids there for Ducky right there, and if you get nice and close, and my camera gives us the opportunity to really see it, you can kind of see the way that it's sculpted out, where it almost looks like she has eyelashes. Again, the way she looks in the film, and he's even captured that as well. You can see her ears sculpted out, as well as that little crest on the back of the head. As you move down, you've got a few creases in the back of the neck. Her head is turned toward her right really quite nicely. We've got that lighter tone following along the underside, and then again the green's up here, but you also have that darker green that follows along the spinal column of Ducky. You have all sorts of creases and stuff. Again, all highlighted with the darker tone. And you see the same thing as you move down here through the side of the body. The arms are held into the body in a really nice natural way. Again, you can see the nails are sculpted out and painted with a grayish tone. Same deal for the nails there on the feet. You can see again that same gray tone. You've got the creasing there showing off the knee, creasing in the ankle as well. And again, you'll see the same thing over here. She even has that chubby sort of tail that she has in the film. You can see the lighter tone again following along the underside as well. So Ducky, also absolutely awesome. And you've got a base, and the base shows off a really nice sort of rocky, kind of earthy area with like a small ledge here where our Petrie stands, and you can see he's sculpted that out to kind of give it a really highly detailed appearance, but also sort of having that animated look and charm. And he's given again a good bit of variation of color with gray and brownish tones, as well as potentially a wash almost. I'm not too sure. It looks like kind of there's a wash included, but it looks really good. He's even highlighted some of the cracks and stuff here on the sides of the base with some darker tones, and you can see his water is also sculpted out and has a really nice genuine kind of a wet look to it with that shine that he's applied. And he's applied some nice variation of color with blues and greens, also kind of like some white to sort of highlight those ripples in the water, which there's another little area of like a small rock formation over here. And again, you see the same thing over here, and that shine definitely helps to make the overall visual of this scene pop really nicely. And then of course the underside also has a nice soft material so that it doesn't damage anything it's on. So again, a gorgeous base to go with an incredible set of Land Before Time models. Now, as far as a size goes, both of these figures are very small. I don't know much about what we're going to get as far as the size goes, because lengthwise you are looking at about 2¼ inches in length for Ducky, or about 5½ centimeters. We'll just go for like a height with Petrie, a little bit under 1¼ inch, or around 3 centimeters, and then Ducky is just a hair over 1½ inch, or around 4 centimeters. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Colovosaurus, Robert Muldoon, and the Collect A human being next to our Ducky and Petrie. And you can see, just like I told you, they are very, very small, and much smaller than almost everything. Of course, the Collect A human being is similar in size, but pretty small overall. I think the best comparison I could probably give you would be with some minis. You can see a Mattel and Captives mini next to our Petrie and Ducky shows off the fact that they are even smaller than your average minifigures. And then, of course, the comparison I was most excited to see, we have the entire lineup so far of the Land Before Time here next to each other. You can see we've got Littlefoot, Spike, Sarah, Ducky, and Petrie. And I believe he is currently working on a Chomper, and I remember him showing some sort of a tease for a Sharptooth as well. The Sharptooth would be awesome, just to have all of these figures with a Sharptooth. Like, I'm excited about Chomper, but Sharptooth would really complete the scene of the original film, so definitely keeping my fingers crossed as far as that goes. But you can see, again, an absolutely incredible line of Land Before Time models. If you are like me and you grew up with the Land Before Time, these are such a great addition to any collection. So this brand new Guilherme Bilinski Art Land Before Time Petrie and Ducky are both fantastic, and again, like I said, kind of complete and incredible visual of all of the Land Before Time characters in a more higher quality model look and feel, something that I personally never expected to one day own. But I am really happy to know that others share the same love that I have for such a really impressive and honestly quite moving film from my childhood. When I was growing up, I loved The Land Before Time, and still as an adult, I love to go back and watch it every once in a while just because it is such an impressive movie. You know, the animation is so well done. It's got a great story, but the story isn't like super out there like you might find with other movies and stuff. It's also a very sad but very touching movie at the same time. So to have those characters again now in in a very high quality model collection is just super, super cool. And the, again, final two here would be Petrie and Ducky, and he sculpted them out to look exactly as they do in the film. He's painted them out to look exactly as they do in the film, continuing to give them a really nice, very high quality look and feel, but still giving them that animated look and style like you see in the film. And he's captured the tones of color perfectly, brought the entire scene to life really nicely with the very cool base that he's created, and he's given even the base really nice doses of realism, like the shine in the water and the variation of color in the water. Like, you can really see that Guilherme goes all out to give you the best possible product with everything he does, whether it's his more highly detailed, more realistic looking dinosaur models or these incredible animated style models. You're going to get an amazing product every single time you order one from Guilherme Bilinski Art. So if you would like to order this and add one to your collection, I will include a link in the description to where you can do that by contacting Guilherme Bilinski Art on his social media accounts. And of course, if you do not have social media, you can contact me and I can try to contact him for you to get you a price and set you up with an opportunity to order one for yourself. But one way or another, I highly recommend picking these up. And of course, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.